tried to do the best that he could, but there's just too many bodies. Both of these teams are so very good on the T side of just running in as a unit, find rounds once they get to buy rifles.
Well, they have been known in the past to be one of these teams that will try and pick up these rounds. Just like Envy, they had a history of being very good with the CSAT 75. I feel like Envy sort of pulled ahead in these statistics, right? They win more of these follow-up rounds. I think that fnatic still have got it in them, and you know, JW with the Max 7 as well. It could be a quick way for the Swedish side to get back into the game early on here, see if they can pick something up. flusha playing the archway, he's going to spot a couple of people. Dennis on the other side. If flusha had put in that flashbang or that grenade, maybe that could have actually resulted in something, but Dennis is still waiting.
Yeah, this is just question mark. So yeah, exactly, some confusion in the ranks. They're putting a focus on mid. Dennis is going to peek. He nearly gets a second kill. Dupree just barely far enough away to avoid the one-shot kill. And Device takes a bullet to the face of Top Banana as well. Crims has already rotated to this B site. It's a 3-on-3, but both Dupree and Device being so low really isn't going to help things here for question mark. And Device figures that out as Crims peeks out from construction and removes him from the map. So with 30 seconds left, they're actually going to rotate back to A. And this is based off of Dupree holding his own in mid, taking out JW.
Oh, you're exactly right. The good news is that it's Sip who's got, you know, almost 90 health left here, and he's been so good recently. So to have him left alive here with the armor, with the rifle and everything else, definitely not a bad sign. They're going to put the bomb down inside the site here. Means Dupree can still help out, and they don't have any grenades apart from the smoke here on flusha to try and get Dupree zoned out of this 2v2, which is what they need. They also don't have a defuse kit currently picked up, so time is running quite heavily against them.
Yeah, and it immediately goes down to block off pit. Really smart choice here from flusha. It's a likely spot the question mark would try and hold from. And so now it comes down to them just wrapping onto this site, looking to take out the man who's defending on the site itself. And Zipnix finds a lucky headshot, just spraying full on. He gets Crims, and now it will be down to Dupree and flusha both. And flusha thinking, I just don't have the time. He doesn't have a kit, and the headshot is there from Dupree as well, so he won't even live through to save that AK. Fantastic job from fnatic, though, to make it a very expensive round for question mark. That's really not going to inspire confidence on the Danish side if they've lost so many rifles just versus CZs and armor.
Yeah, but the fnatic don't feel that bold either. This is one of those things where I would almost sort of wonder if Envy would just try and go for it, just because, yeah, I mean, if you're on so much damage, if you do it one more time, maybe you make it work. Not going to be for fnatic though, and it would be a big risk to run. I would pretty question that a little bit. Nice boost here to look over the fountain inside of the B-bomb site. Molotovs rain in. They are coming for them here, but this USP doing a little bit of damage here, and they are not realizing just yet. TQ are very slow to pick up on what's going on here, and Carrigan finally getting one kill, and Olofmeister picking up a second shot. Close range hits a third one as well, and Carrigan has gone down now. Finally, Olofmeister has dispatched up, but it might have been too late at this point in time. 2 versus 3.
2 versus 3, but superior firepower for question mark. So they have the 2 AKs. If they keep their cool, they should be able to work this out and get their hands on that bomb once again. flusha trying to close in, and he's going to get fended off here by Dupree, and good job by flusha also to just back up and keep that pressure on fnatic. If he were to die, it'd be a much easier situation here for the Danes. Zipnix finds a way out. He takes out JW, and there's the peek from flusha, but Dupree, he's just waiting for it. No Kevlar means they fall to aim punch, and it makes life a bit more difficult here for fnatic, but Dennis, he's an excellent pistol player. He's got 12 bullets total to work with here, and he needs to find that shot. They don't quite know where he is yet either. He hasn't shown himself. But that one shot, that one single solitary shot is going to give it away. And now he just needs a huge headshot, and he's not going to get it. Dupree there, basically to lock it down for question mark.
Scary, really scary, right? That's 2 rounds in a row where they're very low. I mean, this round for Olofmeister is brilliant. But I am a bit surprised that they didn't realize what was going on there, TQM, because it's an unusual position, but it's not completely unknown. And to look like they took a long time before they even thought about it.
They had, yeah, it really does look like they had no idea where they were getting shot from, and that's also the power of the silencer. So good use of the USP there by Olofmeister. You don't get that tracer. If he'd had a P2000 or a P250, it would never have worked. They'd have spotted him immediately. So nice little surprise move.
Prematurely, but when you don't have them, you don't have them, and that means the slow style from question mark is going to be really annoying and really hard to deal with. And on the terrorist side, if you look at the amount of grenades that are still left here, they could do whatever they want at this point, whatever execute they're looking for. Once this smoke disappears at top banana, then everything is open.
I think that was a flash that went in, but Crims missed the jump up onto the cart. So when you have limited resources like this for fnatic, when you don't have nades, every nade counts. And well, Flush is going to get lucky. Flash in, and he gets the spray right onto Kerrigan through that smoke blind. And it is going to be the big push here onto the B side. They need to move, though, questionmark. Good anti-flash to stop them short. Xyp9x takes out Olofmeister, but there is a rotation. Flush is here to support Crims. Crims alive at the back of the site. They line up, but he's only going to get the one. Flush, however, will take out Xyp9x. Bomb is planted, but man advantage going into this retake here. And JW right on the edge of the smoke. He doesn't take out Dupree.
How does he not win that fight? That's the big question. He should have the advantage now. Device in the back lines. Long range spray takes the kill on Dennis. And Flusher is just a couple of shots away from death as well. Device spraying, holding it down. He's almost going to get it, but Flusher with a triple instead. No kid, but he'll have enough time. And that is definitely a very important round here for fnatic. Again, it's very, very close. But this time the Swedes come out on top, and it's a much-needed round for them. They could not afford to let this one go.
Now double for Device. A triple for Flusha at the end. And well, Flusha, good to see him falling into his usual clutch role for fnatic. I mean, for a long time, he was the man you wanted to be alive at the end of the round for fnatic to get the job done. But Device, you really do need to see him lock that kind of round down for questionmark. So a little frustrating to see that. He has been a little, I mean, he's had some moments recently where in certain maps he hasn't shown up for the team. So if the questionmark are going to win this series, they really need Device to come through big with the headshots, the big rounds that are going to turn it, well, towards Denmark. And right now, well, just looking at the buy here from questionmark, they're really trying to force this. They know that that was a close round for fnatic, that fnatic don't have a lot of money. So now we're going to get into that slugging match, Anders, where it's just going to go back and forth each round.
I feel like especially on CT side Inferno, Device usually has like a really, really good game. So they're going to need a lot of that. Nice prediction there from Crims. The Device is going to be gone here. It's a bit of a force-up round for questionmark, and it's based off of the fact that they obviously got the bomb down and the fact that they killed 4 people in that last round. So they know fnatic's economy is bad. They want to keep the pressure on, and that's what they're doing. 2 AKs in play.
I'm surprised that Device doesn't get the job done there versus Crims, though. Because Crims always jumps up on car like that. That's one of his go-to moves to check bottom banana when a smoke is down right in front of the car like that. So Device, I don't think he didn't have one of the AKs, so that might have made the difference there. Well, no, never mind. He did have an AK. So what am I saying?
No,
he had an AK. So for him not to be, aware of that.
No, I'm pretty sure he just had the Tech 9. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
I think it was Cajun and Dupree who had the other 2.
Yes, that's not makes sense, but Cajun's got Device's AK, so that's odd. Whatever.
Maybe they dropped it. Oh, Crims with a nice double spray down. They line up for him, and Xyp is going to take one in return, and Bomb is going to go down. So, I mean, it's not a useless round, but now the question becomes, I don't think they can win this round, questionmark. fnatic should be able to mount a retake here, but the amount of kills that happen in favor of questionmark here are very important. Preferably another 2. 1 is not going to be quite good enough. We'll see how much the Swedes can do. They are rotating in, and they're a little bit slow here. Kerrigan in the back lines. He's almost going to get all of now. It's on Xyp, and he's just going to make a run for it. So this is a very good round for fnatic. They let go of the bomb, and that's it. Everybody else gets to survive, and yeah, that's a bit disappointing. I actually think it would have been worth it for the terror side here to have gone for a bunch of kills.
Yeah, and Anders, I mean, yeah, there it is. He only had the Tech 9, yeah. So it seems like he was on it, but he wasn't able to get the shot off. And Crims, just a hero round from him. He died, but he took 3 players with him, and that just made all the difference for fnatic in that round. And, you're right to mention Crims at the beginning. That B site, Crims is a rock. He just always seems to get something out of it. He's so consistent getting frags and making it expensive to go there for their opponents. So, questionmark, they're going for a bit of a quasi-buy based off of this AK save from Xyp9x. You can see a Tech 9 Kevlar helmet picked up for Kerrigan. Handful of nades to work with as well. Just actually smokes for a full execute, and it doesn't look like questionmark are going to waste any time. Excellent HE and the Molotov as well, and it's a slaughter in mid. They don't even make it past. Questionmark, they get completely shut out of the site. fnatic not falling for it this time.
It's a confidence on Flusher here as well, just having the C set, and if they can get all these kills, he can pick up a rifle as well. That's a second headshot there from Flusher, making it a double for himself and Device. Well, he's alone, and again, damage here is important. Flusher finally goes down, but he only gives up armor, more or less.
Oh, tricky.
They need more than this.
They knew.
This is a big problem. This is 2 rounds in a row where fnatic gets to survive with 4 members after having, a very, very close 4th round.
And it's like at the end of that round as well, just so many nades saved. So it's not even like fnatic are having to tap deep into their bank. $500 spent by Olaf, 300 by Crims. I mean, the money is going to really start getting out of control. If they have another solid round here versus questionmark, if fnatic are able to just survive with 3 players, this is where it gets really scary. Nice nade to bottom mid But Cajun manages to get into Amazon fast enough. He's not going to take any damage from it.
Bit of a grenade out, some to just delay the Danish side a bit, but actually already pushed through it. They're just going to be up in apartments, and you can tell that Dennis thought he maybe heard someone up there, or JW did, so they are aware that they've lost apartments control. We'll see what questionmark do with it, because there are so many options once you have these apartments here, and right now I think on the terrorist side, they're hoping for someone to come and peek them. You can kind of tell across the board, the only place that could possibly happen right now probably be Banana. Everywhere else, there's a bit of a standstill. And
that bomb being all the way back in T-spawn right now, we're going to have to see the break here. Device is trying to make as much noise as possible up at top Banana just to keep Crims pinned here. Flush is rotating over as well. This is all going according to plan here for questionmark. Because now they have 2 players over on that B side. Flush is still holding in CT. He hasn't fully committed, and he's going to start working his way back towards A, it looks like. But the push is already going to come through. 35 seconds left, and here we go. Questionmark. It's going to be the straight-up run onto the A side, and Olofmeister in the perfect position to catch them out. The flash is ineffective, and Dupree and Cajun bring it back, and somehow Device finds a 3rd kill, but then right through the door, Flush is there to spray down Cajun, and it will be the 2-on-2. Questionmark, they need to get this bomb planted.
If they're going to be successful, fnatic are out of grenades right now, and there's still a smoke here on Dupree, so that's going to go up again, and that's going to be very, very annoying. You can see Flush is waiting for it. Now he realizes that's time wasted because it just gets re-smoked, and they have to fall back around quad here. This is a very important round for both teams. Fnatic have a bit of a bank. They can afford to lose this round, but not a lot more than that. Dupree being annoying in the pit and distracting them at the moment. Device inside is a great crossfire setup here, and they're going to get simultaneous kills, and questionmark playing that one very well. You could see Olofmeister in Dill pit there. He wasn't ready for the second man coming around Archway, and that might have been some miscommunication, or just maybe they didn't have like a count on how many people were there, because he checks, sees no one, and then dies.
Yeah, Cajun right on the edge of that smoke. You really have to give it to Dupree as well. It works out perfectly because he's playing from pit, he's watching short, and he spots both players. So that gives it up completely for Fnatic at that point. They establish the crossfire, and then it's shooting eggs in a barrel, fish in a barrel for questionmark in the end. So
in many ways, shooting eggs in a barrel would be even easier.
Right?
They don't move at all.
Mine's still working. Just a bit of a different picture.
JW with a nice pick-off as well in the beginning of this round. A device to go down, and yeah, it's always a good way to start here. If we bring up the scoreboard, Fnatic's money is going to be sort of low as well, you can tell. So for them to win this round is very, very important. The sort of early battle for sort of the beginning of the half here is still going on. No one has like decisively won it. Because questionmark is on the terrorist side, the rounds matter a lot more to them. So 4-3 is a very good scoreline for them right now. But the fact is that if they start losing now, Fnatic can still gain a lot of momentum and speed.
Exactly. Once they manage to get those big nade counts going. Right, this time around, it looks like questionmark. They want to venture back towards that B site. Crims holding up close, just holds mouse one. Great spray from him. He takes out Kerrigan. No chance to reply from questionmark. And then Olofmeister's the tag team duo over here on the B site. JW's rotated in, and they just ran right into a blender. Questionmark, completely ineffective. Cajun B will be able to bring it back and at least remove Crims from the map. The shot from JW's a miss, but he somehow gets out in one piece. And now it's down to Olofmeister and JW at least. There is a man pushing up Banana as well. That's going to be Flusha. And Cajun, he's stuck. No way for him to figure out that he could run towards that A side. Of course, he doesn't have the bird's eye view. And well, that was a surprisingly ineffective round coming out from questionmark. Crims and Olof just never let them even get close to that site.
Again, they killed one man and 4 survive. And this is really, really important. If Fnatic, there's 3 rounds now where Fnatic, when they've won them with 4 people staying alive, right? There's only the one clutch where Flusha was left alive. The other 3 rounds that they have, it's been 4 members surviving. That has a huge impact on the outcome of this game. If Fnatic got down to a one-on-one every time, then they're going to be broke. This is very, very important right now. So TQM, they've got to sort of try and inflict more damage even when they're not winning, and they're not really being successful in that. Oh, JW throws away the AWP. Is that to make sure Sip doesn't pick it up in case he dies? I love how fast this guy thinks.
Yeah, that's incredible, right? And then to actually manage to pick up the kill himself, like full MLG play, falling off the balcony. Hollywood, man, he's close to it. JW, he knows. But that is going to be so frustrating for questionmark. Who decide to go for a buy.
Yeah.
What is this? This is the Hail Mary, Anders.
Well, yeah, but again, that's 4 people surviving in 1 round, 5 in this round. Obviously, they kill nobody in the eco round. They know they've got to keep the Fnatic economy low, and they wanna execute right now. And I hope they go to the A-bomb site. it's time to give up on trying to break Crimson or Meister over at B. It's not going to happen.
It really has been completely ineffective.
They're too good.
Let's see, now A-side has seen a bit more success, so they might be checking out over there. JW will get caught, but the perfect flash, and Flush is there to save JW's life. And that was from the pit. So Flusha, he's still got that key position. He's going to be keeping an eye on apartment. JW's there to double up on that. Takes the quick peek, doesn't spot anybody. And once again, questionmark find themselves down a man. They have done damage to fnatic at least. JW low, yeah. Crims, Olaf, you know, they've been tagged. But they still need to actually get onto a site. 2 smokes, 2 mollies. That's what they have, and some good bullets there from Cajun.
Flusher also being tagged up a little bit. Some defensive flashbangs going to come out. They've got the bomber. They're bringing it actually back towards the middle with about 35 seconds left. The only guy holding is Crimson. He's used his last smoke just a couple of seconds ago here. Smoke going to go towards CT spawn. That's right where Crimson is standing. He's going to have to fall back instead. Gets the kill on Device and spots the bomb as well. Crims is just so good on this bomb site. Now he has to stay alive. This is the most important thing right now. If he gets a kill, that's great, but living is really what matters right now. 15 seconds left, and they have to get rid of Crims to get the bomb down. He hits a headshot on Carrigan, and now he's done everything he has to do. JW here with a headshot as well, strafing in. Cajun going to go down, and that was Dennis with the final kill here. What a round. That was looking very good for questionmark. They push in, there's 30 seconds left, the smoke is gone, it's just Crims there, and they still can't break him.
Yeah, this man is just... Well, I mean, as far as the score is concerned, basically it's between Olafmeister, Flusha, and Crims right now. They're just racking up kills. The rest of them, JW, Dennis Meister, they're catching up. They're not lagging too far behind, but every time we go to that B site, it's just the Crims show. And then it's you know, the supporting actor, Olafmeister, Flusha. Doesn't really seem to matter because Crims is always there to just be that anchor. So now it's just going to be a quasi-buy coming out from questionmark. They got the plant in the last round, but not quite enough for a full buy where they could get a whole lot of nades to work with. So they're going to go just for, you know, a bit of a mix here. Tech 9s, P250s. And it looks like they're going to go straight out of apartments. Fun play here. This is going to be a little different. Device and Kerrigan are going to be pressuring mid. And then on the signal, all 3 are just going to come crashing out of the apartments. And now it's all going to come down to whether Dennis can hold the line, and he will for a moment. He takes one with him at least.
They shouldn't be fighting JW here. I have no idea why they want to try and go for that fight. They've got a 4-on-3. The bomb is about to go down. They should just stay away and leave fnatic to try and get closer here, because it's not going to be an easy retake right now for the Swedish side either. A rifle picked up as well, an AK on Dupree, and even some guy, you know, who's that? That's Cajun up in apartments waiting in bedroom. Olafmeister, very hard for him to know that's happening. And now that he runs away, he gives up the fact that they're not aware, and this should be a really good flank here for Cajun. This should not be possible for fnatic.
This comes down to him committing. Yeah, he's going to rotate in real quick now that the shots have begun. Slows it down, but this is it. The big damage moment. Takes out Crims. Now a 2-on-2, but now it's down to Cage, and somehow his team gets wiped out. They come together, and is there enough time? They're going to get on the bomb just in the nick of time here, fnatic. Incredible. A 3-on-4 retake, and somehow they make it work.
Look at the facial expressions on fnatic after a round like
Flusha.
that. That should not have been possible. That's a huge giveaway here for TQM. Not managing to play the time, and failing that if they wanted to fight, not managing to help each other out. So this is the problem, right? If they committed to fight, then they would have probably set up some good crossfires. If they committed to waiting, then they would have all waited. Instead, they did something sort of halfway in between. And what happens is instead, sort of half of them are fighting, half of them are hiding, which means the people who are fighting have no backup. The people who are hiding, well, they get found anyway because their teammates are dead, and then it's all bad. That was... yeah, some poor communication there, and that's gonna come back to haunt them here. 7-4. Fnatic's economy is looking much better now than it was just a couple of rounds ago, and that's a big problem. Now TQM are in a position where they got to win consecutive rounds to force an eco, and that's gonna be really tough here. We could end this first half here with Fnatic having a very good run, in spite of what it looked like early on.
This is where they have to do it the hard way. That's what it boils down to here. And the way that they've decided to change things up is now Device has an AWP, so he'll be looking to get the picks going. Crims, wow. Fresh smoke goes down top banana, and Crims still has his. He still has an incendiary as well. This is going to be insanely difficult, but it is going to be a straight split here. It looks like they want to try and go through Arch and wrap onto the B site, but Flush is there and Olaf there to hold the line as well, and it's just not happening for questionmark. They keep getting smacked in the face wherever they decide to go. Crims is now going to get to put down his smoke, and this is a nightmare for questionmark. 30 seconds left. And they have they have 2 flashes, and Zipnix is going to set it up here for his teammates. Or are they just going to try and walk their way through? What a bad idea! I mean, you have to take a risk, yes, but then against Crims, he just rocks them, and JW's there for the final kill on Xyp9x. Crims couldn't have had better timing there. Just catches them as they exit the smoke, lined up.
Speaking of timing, that shot from flusha through the smoke was pretty ridiculous as well, but yeah, this is bad. Again, look at the money, 14,000 on JW. Yeah. It's ridiculous how many people survive from fnatic every round. The rounds that TQM win, well, the one round that they won after the pistol, are close, but all the other rounds that fnatic end up winning, they seem to be very, very decidedly in their favor. That is definitely a problem. JW opening up on Cajun, and yeah, things are getting rough right now for the Danish side. An 11-4 finish would not, I think, be good enough. I think that's fnatic coming away with too much.
No, that would be exactly that. We need at least 10-5. 9-6 would be ideal. If it goes 11-4, I think fnatic are going to have too much wiggle room, because it's also been their CT sides that have looked a little wonky lately for fnatic. The T sides, they just keep getting in their opponent's faces with great entry frags, just taking those duels, hunting them out, and winning them. So questionmark really need to be messing with fnatic here, but it's just not happening. At least there's a trade. flusha hangs around on the wrong side of the smoke a little bit too long, but the JW gets a fantastic flick onto Kerrigan, shuts him down at Arch. There are still 2 players alive here for questionmark, and both of them making their way, well, one through apartments, one through short, but Dennis is still boosted up here. Xyp9x takes out JW, but Dennis does not give his position. He's still hanging around, and he gets perfect timing. And that's the bomb! It couldn't go any worse for questionmark. Yeah. Dennis is now camping the bomb with 30 seconds left. Device, he just has to get into some wonky spray battle here and hope he gets lucky.
Hey, that was never going to happen. 9-4 here for the Swedish side, and I kind of wish that TQM would be a bit faster on their executes when it comes to this A-bomb side. I feel like they need to speed it up a bit. Try and see if you can't just bully your way in through Archway and maybe make that work. Bit of a timeout here. Tactical timeout, it seems, for TQM.
No, they're going to be stopping this. I mean, right now, money... Well, I guess, you know, it's more a question of shutting down the momentum for fnatic than anything else. They've lost so many rounds in a row, questionmark, that they could probably go for a quasi-buy again right here with Tech9s, Kevlar, maybe a Deagle for Device, see if, or for Dupree, rather. See if they can get anything done there. I mean, Kerrigan and Cajun have really been struggling as far as the performance is concerned. We're not seeing the big plays from them whatsoever. It's really coming down to Dupree, Device, and Xyp9x. And really just Dupree, the only guy in double digits right now for the Danes. So, what are you thinking at this point? Because it's just like, okay, you go up to Banana, you keep trying to get onto the B site, you're just not able to break that impregnable defense over there with Crims.
Forget about that B-bomb side. I mean, look at what Envy do when they're in this position. This is the go-to play for Envy. Whenever they lose this many rounds in a row and they feel like they're in some trouble, they will set up in second mid. They'll throw their sort of standard smokes towards Archway and towards Library, and then they will try and just execute towards that. And they have a lot of different ways to run it. Sometimes they run to the A-bomb side, sometimes they run through Arch instead and sort of go in towards the B-bomb side. But either way, I think an execute towards the A side of the map with a lot of smokes is preferable right now. I'd much rather have questionmark do that, and I hope they forget about this B-bomb site.
Yeah, that or try and challenge Crims somehow earlier on, really try and get through that smoke at Banana, play for the power play rather than just, you know, trying to play for time, because Crims at this point feels so secure that he's holding on to smokes and incendiaries up until like 30 seconds left into the round. That's unacceptable. You need to find a way to get those smokes out of his hand earlier if you're going to challenge that site somehow. I
mean, if you look at why Crims is so good, apart from like the timing and the aim and everything else, there is like another component that he shares with someone like Neo, for instance. It's just, he's hard to kill. You know, he doesn't put himself in a position where you can sort of easily get a frag on him. Because if it was the case that every once in a while they could go on Banana and take a fight and win it against Crims, that'd be amazing. But Crims doesn't take those kind of fights. He's very like elusive, and that means you can waste so much time even like trying to do it. It must be very annoying.
It's a real mystery. It really doesn't seem like questionmark have figured out, you know, the pattern quite yet. Although Olafmeister kind of waiting around on Speedway that one round might be a little bit of an indication that Crims is playing it solo over there. But then because flusha plays B as well, sometimes it still might be a little bit of a wonder. But what is going to be the play here for question?